Blackburn
Enterprises.
Thank you for coming to our channel. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here with me. Back with a new movie review. I'm JB.
I'm Ken.
And today we're going to be reviewing
Creed 3.
Yes, Creed 3. This movie is directed and starring Michael B. Jordan. Might know him from movies such as
Black Panther.
Yes. Black Panther. All right. Also starring this movie, we have Jonathan Majors. I know him in previous movies such as
Devotion, which we did a review on.
Yes, he was in Devotion, and
He was also in Lovecraft Country.
Yes, definitely in Lovecraft Country. And we did do a review on Devotion, so make sure y'all check that out.
Yeah.
All right. Also starring this movie, we have Mrs. Tessa Thompson. I don't know if it's a Mrs. or not, but might know of previous movies such as
Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm sorry. Thor Ragnarok. I'm so sorry. I'm in Thor Ragnarok. I meant Thor Ragnarok.
It's Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Yes.
I thought the K was silent.
Yes.
Oh,
Thor Ragnarok. Yes, she's Valkyrie.
Yes, she is.
All right. And also starring this movie, we have Phylicia Rashad. Might know her in previous movies such as
She's on the Cosby Show, but she was
yes.
also in
In a movie, she was in, which I'm trying to remember. Do I remember her in that movie or whatever? But she was in Just Right.
Just Right. Yeah.
You know what movie that is?
That was with
Queen Latifah. And Common.
Yes, can I say it?
I don't know.
She's in another movie too. She was a mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Like another a Tyler Perry.
A Tyler Perry. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think.
For Color Girls, maybe.
Yeah, she was in For Color Girls. Yes, she was.
Okay.
Yes, she was.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get into that plot.
So, Creed has been faced with the blast from the past, and this is not a pleasant visit from the past, and so he's trying to live his life in retirement, and he's done fighting, he's won everything he could win at this point, and then he has to be brought back to the boxing ring.
Yes. So Mr. Creed, he, as you say, he's accomplished a lot. He's been dominating the world of boxing. He
want to get someone to sit down.
Well, I don't know if he wants to get somewhere and sit down, but of course, Father Tom plays a role, especially when it comes to boxing, because this is a contact sport.
Absolutely.
And so right around the time that he decides, to hang it up, and hang up those boxing gloves, he does get a blast from the past, and it forces him to confront some of the decisions that he made. And so he's going to have to figure out, and although he doesn't want to talk about it, he's going to have to figure out a way to face it and not end up destroying himself or his family.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into those likes.
I like the setup of this movie. I like the way the director, Michael B. Jordan, moved this movie along and like really took the time to set it up. A lot of movies are rushed, and I do not like that, because you're like, wait a minute, what? That doesn't even make sense, or you have things in there that you don't really quite understand, but everything was laid out perfectly, and they took their time with it. It wasn't just like, oh, let's get to the action, let's get to the fighting. We had to actually do a setup first. I appreciate that.
Yes, I definitely agree. They did take their time setting everything up, and in accordance with setting everything up, they also weaved everything together from the previous movie. So I like how they did that as well. So in telling the story and figuring out what happened and figuring out what happened in the past and bringing it to the future, they was able to do that. They was able to connect certain characters. If you are fans of the first Creed movie and the second Creed movie, you're definitely gonna see people that were in those previous movies, and the way they are able to tie everything together and make everything make sense. It was an excellent job.
Yes, I agree.
Any other likes?
I like the acting. The acting was phenomenal. From the child actress to the adults, everybody did a phenomenal job acting and showing their ranges in this movie.
Yeah, obviously, big shout outs, to, the main actors, which are, obviously Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors. They do the brunt of the heavy lifting on the acting, but even Tessa Thompson and, what she's able to showcase and showing that, what the wife of a boxer goes through, and this what the wife and just what wives
She
go
has
through
her
sometimes.
own-
You know, she has her own battles that she's going through, but but that's the interesting thing that they I feel like they show that even though you have your own things that you're going through, being in a marriage and being there to support, you know, that loved one, also, you know, it's going to take steps and it's going to take things for you to have to do, and she's able to showcase that. And even with the additional actors, you know, the supporting actors, you know, like Wood Harris, you know, that was in the previous movie, so he did an excellent job. And definitely Mila Davis Kent, who did a great job, and looks like there might be big things on the horizon for her. And the interesting thing is, you know, she is a deaf actress, and she did do an excellent job. That's another strong point in this movie, that they took you know, beats from previous movies and continue to carry that out. And you know, and actors, you know, they had to learn ASL in order to you know, in order to communicate, and the way they was able to do that, you know what I'm saying, it made sense in the story, and you know, and the acting was tip top.
Absolutely.
Any other likes?
I love the storyline. I love the storyline. I love the reasoning.
Did you not say that first? What was your first like?
Well, my first like was how they moved the story along,
Okay.
and the I guess the what is it called? What am I trying to say? The what is that?
I don't know, but I feel like you already said that though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. I thought
No,
this was what you
the
already
first
said.
time is just like the setup is what I said. The setup
Okay.
and how they set everything up, but also just the storyline made sense as well. So.
Yeah, it definitely made sense. Yeah, there was never a point, I guess, where you were questioning what was going on, and the cinematography was awesome. I think Michael B. Jordan's directing style was able to showcase the acting chops of, you know, of himself, of Jonathan Majors, of Tessa Thompson, because they're able to, you know, carry scenes like they don't need a lot of help, because the way he was able to film those scenes, I think it gave them the ability, you know, to showcase their talent. It gave them the ability to shine. And sometimes, if you give people those opportunities, sometimes they don't necessarily nail it. But in every single case, they nailed it every single time.
Yeah, I like the boxing. I love the boxing. Like I told him earlier, it made me want to go back and watch the Mike Tyson Holyfield fight, because it was just like the way it's, and like. So I piggyback on the cinematography, but how they showed the boxing this time was different than how they've shown it before. Like,
I think to a degree
so
it was
great.
almost like
more like you're playing a video game.
I mean,
in
in comparison to like Rocky or whatever, and of course that was made in a previous time. I think what they took the time to do is make the fight seem more realistic.
Like I was watching virtual reality.
Right, it was like they were fighting like they were actually fighting. Like you was watching a boxing match. Like you could tell the style, like each different boxers was having, you know. And so the way that they were able to showcase those boxing scenes, the way they was able to put you in the head of the boxers, you know, to know what they were thinking and what they were contemplating on doing, that was interesting as well.
Yes, I agree.
All right, so you got
any dislikes?
Yeah, I guess any dislikes. I feel like you don't, but
I don't.
If I'm gonna be a stickler, I honestly I'll have one dislike, and I just feel like I think the movie could have used the extra about 10 more minutes.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it could have used. But I think this is a short movie. I think this movie is like probably right at 2 hours long, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's long. But I think it could have been like 10 more minutes, and I think that would have made some other scenes maybe more impactful, like just maybe to. And I think because of that, some stuff might have got sped up a little bit, might have got rushed a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, though, like I said, it's a really good movie. So I guess we're getting to our favorite part of the show, the ratings.
Giving this movie a solid A. You probably already knew that. Yes, a solid A. That, like I said, the acting was solid. The storyline was solid. The way they moved the plot along and actually took the time to explain certain things within the movie was great. The cinematography was awesome. I feel like Michael B. Jordan has done his thing with this, directing this movie.
I think we did for this to be, his first directorial debut. You know, he knocked it out the park. So I'm gonna go ahead and agree and give it a solid 8 as well. As she said, the acting is on point. You know, from the cinematography, being able to give the actors the ability to showcase their talent. You know, it's excellent action, you know, from the punches. Obviously, this is about boxing, so you definitely want to get into the boxing world. You know, the soundtrack, the music is awesome. You know, again, and the emotional beats that the movie decides to take it's really touching. I think sometimes when that time comes, you don't expect it. So again, that's something that makes the movie great. Excellent talent. You know what I'm saying? From, you know, obviously the veterans, you know, obviously like Phylicia Rashad to the new people like I said, Miller Davis Kent. You know, she has a future ahead of her, and this is an excellent movie.
It is.
Like just really, really dope. And the way they tie everything together and bring people from the past, just this overall just great movie. And I feel like kids could come see this movie as well. I don't think there was anything anything dirty. There wasn't any no cuss words, and they wasn't. So yeah, so this is a family-friendly movie as well, so you can bring the whole family to go out there and enjoy this movie.
And I do have one dislike, but it's a really, really minor dislike. Like, I mean, you probably already know, I don't think it's a spoiler, but the Rocky's not in it. Like, I really wish they would have said something about, like gave him an honorable mention or something. Like, where's Rocky?
I mean, I understand, but I think they wanted to focus on Creed, because if you look at the previous first two movies,
it was heavy on Rocky.
he was heavily involved. You know what I'm saying? Especially like in the first one, you know, he was like fighting cancer. You know, and in the second one, you know, it was still Rocky based. You know what I'm saying? It was the whole ordeal was fight, even though it had to do with Creed, but it still was what Rocky went through with, you know what I'm saying, with the Russian,
passing on the legacy and everything.
Right. So I think this movie they chose and made the decision to just focus, you know, totally around Creed. You know what I'm saying, and look towards the future.
Yes.
All right, so if you want to go ahead and do us a favor, hit that thumbs up button. We definitely appreciate it, and it helps out the channel. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, bruh, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We definitely appreciate it, and you can see more videos like this one. And if you want to go ahead and do us another favor, you want to go ahead and hit that button that's shaped like a bell. If you want to go ahead and do that, you'll get a notification
every time we drop a new video. And if
you want to go ahead and do us one more favor, you want to go ahead and comment down below. And what should they comment?
Do you think there is going to be another Creed? I know there were several Rockies, and it seemed like this might have been the end, but then it seems like the legacy may be continuing. So what do y'all think? Is it going to be another Creed movie, or is this the end? What do you think?
Will there be future Creed movies?
Yes.
All right, we appreciate every single one of you, and then guess what? Holla at you.
Peace.